Just recently, a restriction was lifted that now makes recording video in a national park once again possible if you enjoy sharing your videos on YouTube. You see, for the past few years, if you recorded video in a national park and shared it on a monetized YouTube channel, your video recording was considered commercial. To do it legally, you were subject to paying for permits and extraordinary costs and unrealistic wait times for permission. I'm talking simple recordings of you and your family with a small video camera. No big lighting setups or big crews, models or actors or anything that you'd expect to find with a true commercial production shoot. Well now, as of January 4th, common sense has prevailed, and YouTubers can once again record away in the parks. Be it they follow the rules that any park visitor must follow, and understand a few restrictions that do remain in place. Go ahead and Google the Explore Act to learn more about how you can record video in the parks and keep yourself out of any trouble. So why am I bringing this up? Well, back in 2023, before I was monetized, 3 friends and I took a trip out west to visit Overland Expo Mountain West and explore Rocky Mountain National Park. I made a few videos of our trip, but wasn't able to share that awesome footage I captured inside the park. And one such place was a climbing and rugged rocky route just northwest of Estes Park. So, I'm going to give that old mountain trail the respect it deserves. So grab a beverage, sit back, and join me for a beautiful drive as we revisit Rocky Mountain National Park's Old Fall River Road. Heading up into the Alpine elevations of the RMNP was something that I was really looking forward to. Along with my friends Pat, Wade, and Corey, we had made this plan to get there via the Old Fall River Road. We were only a mile or two into it before we had our first scenic respite along the Fall River at the spectacular Chasm Falls. The falls are pretty much a must-stop, and with limited parking along the roadway, we got our views and once again made our way upward, ahead and away from the growing crowds. The Old Fall River Road opened way back in 1920 and is considered to be the first auto route that takes you up into the Rocky Mountain National Park's high country. This route is definitely a more back-to-nature approach when compared to the paved Trail Ridge Road for getting up to the Alpine Visitors Center. This one-way and primarily gravel road snakes its way up into the Rockies, offering amazing views around every switchback. The speed limit on Old Fall River Road is only 15 miles an hour, and that's a good thing considering there are no guardrails. This road is safe, but it does get tight with the trees coming just an arm's reach from your windows. With the views like nothing you'll find in Minnesota, we took our time and made a few more stops to just soak in the mountain scenery. It's common to see elk here, and we did see a cow just off a short trail, but she was gone and on her way before I could get her on camera. Now if you've seen any of my recent videos, you can tell that my truck looks a little bit different than it did on this trip. Here I was running just a leveling kit with my stock suspension and shocks. In the back, I was running some billy bars with molly panels and some rifle boxes mounted on top. After this trip, I did realize I wanted to go with a stronger suspension for all the weight on the truck and move into a topper. As we climbed higher, we rose above the tree lines and into the Alpine tundra. Breathtaking is all we can say. We continued climbing, passing by the tall sticks marking the edges of the road and reaching nearly 12,000 feet above sea level. It's here in the thin air you can rest and relax at the Alpine Visitor Center. Looking to the east, you can see the road you just climbed up and one of the finest views the Rocky Mountains has to offer. For me, the Old Fall River Road stands out as one of the biggest highlights of our trip out west, and I can't wait to go back. If you're traveling between Estes Park and Grand Lake, this is definitely the route to take in my book. Just plan ahead, as it is really only open a few months of the year. Well, thanks so much for tagging along and letting me relive just this one small part of our incredible adventure out west. So until the next one, take it easy and go get lost on some beautiful back roads.